So I'm going to try to start the fire in the snow here. I got some big pieces of bark, and I got some curls I brought along with me, and a little bit of kindling I had in my pack. So I got a bunch of twigs here, and what I did is I put the drier ones closer to me, and the wetter they go, the further back. And of course the bigger ones are going to be a little bit more damp. So I'll get my fire steel out and get things ready, and then turn the camera back on. But I'm out here in the snow. It's about, oh gosh, 1.5 feet deep, not too deep, but everything's damp. It's in a pretty heavy forested area, and might be lucky if I get a sustainable fire going. We'll see. Okay, I don't know how much you're going to see here, but you can tell if the fire's going in a few minutes here. I got my Swiss Army knife and a ferro rod. That didn't take long that way. Now if I can just keep it going. I'll put some of these supposedly drier twigs over it. If they're not totally dry, they'll get warmed up and burn in a few minutes. Yeah, these feel pretty damp. Put stump around the fire to get it to warm up as well. And they don't break off like that, and they just kind of want to drag on you, you know they're wet. There we go. Stuff like this right here, put it by the fire and it'll dry out. Doesn't have any bark on it. Looks like some of these others are going. So my next chore will find a place where I can make a bench to sit down. But looks like I got a good warming fire, and it's going to be sustainable. I'll show you around a little bit. It's beautiful here. The sun's out, and I got a place to sit down over there. And then I got some hot water going right now, and of course my fire is still going just fine. I got my backpack over there on a limb, so it's off the snow. So I'm enjoying the weather and everything, and I'm going to have a cup of coffee here. Looks like my pan is leaning pretty well here, but I think it will hold on, hopefully. Anyway, having fun. Beautiful woods up here, really thick with a lot of dead branches that are wet though. Look at that one right up there in the center. It would be a good wood fire if you cut it down. Anyway, nice area, just kind of enjoying the snow. It's about one of the only places I could get into without getting stuck. So, having fun. So even with snow around, you can find fatwood pretty easily. This piece sticking up here is a good example. I took my knife and whacked off a little bit, and you get in there a little bit more and it'd even be better. See if I can hold the camera. Don't have a tripod here. There. And it gets darker as you go in. Nice stuff. And it's a little damp. Get the camera back here. A little damp, but it would still start up because fatwood is so flammable. This is nice stuff. And it's not, you know, real good. You'd have to go down deeper into the trunk, but you could get a fire going pretty easy with this fatwood here. Anyway, it's around. You don't have to look very far in our country here for fatwood stumps or limbs hanging around. Got my fire right over there. Just kind of investigating the area. Some nice big ponderosa pines in here. You can hear the road maybe in the background. It's about 200 yards to the left of the camera. Just investigating now. So this is outcome of a spring up the way a ways up in the hill here, and nice crystal clear water coming down through here, making its way, and then it goes alongside the road in quotes down there. But anyway, beautiful area right here with the water. I wouldn't trust this water, but it is from a spring up there. It'd be much better than anything if you had to drink it, but of course I'd boil it or treat it. But beautiful little stream. So this is the road that comes in, and I put a stick in the road, and it came up to where my fingers are here. So that's about a foot. Yeah, a foot and a half is about what it is. So that's about how deep the snow is right here. Not bad, but it really helps to have snowshoes, or you pull in really easily. Even the snowshoes kind of sink in a ways. As you can see right here, there's a little bit of impression. This is about an hour later, and still have a sustainable fire. Kind of packing up, waiting for the fire to go out, and then I'll throw snow on it, of course. Up there I got a few things that need to be put away. My coat, and then my backpack over there. I'll try to show in the video what I have in the Jeep as well. That backpack is something I have always in the Jeep, and I can just grab it and take off like I am right now and get a fire and coffee and food and whatever. I usually have a tarp on the top rolled up, and it's back in the Jeep, but I could have brought it, but I knew I didn't need it right this short a distance. Anyway, fun time out here, well prepared. Got a beautiful fire going, and might bring a bunch of students up here. Off over to my right, there's a good place for them to try all this and not be in jeopardy of survival or something, just to know how to start a fire in the snow and do everything safely. So I'm back from my little snowshoe hike in the woods and building the fire. I just kind of wanted to show you the containment of my Jeep, things I have in it. It's going to be a little bit harder because I don't have a tripod, but this tub up here usually goes down here, but I brought the chainsaw along. I could have put it up on top, but it's safer having it down there. And this bag is just a fire bag, and of course you saw my backpack. And what I have though in the Jeep is the 2 tubs, and then when I'm camping I'll have a lot of extra stuff on top and in the front seat. But when I'm just going like this is what I have, except for the chainsaw sometimes. But in this tub I have all my cooking stuff, the pans, food, salt and pepper, lighter, everything that you need to cook with for the most part. And in this tub is the one I have a few more of those things, farm making supplies, but mostly survival stuff like retrieval type things, stuff that you would hook onto here into that and have a hook on it to be towed. I got tow ropes and things of that sort. In the middle part of the Jeep, if we can actually even get to see it here, behind the seats, whoops, it's pretty dark. Behind the seats down in here though is shovel, compressor, axe, things that would go a long ways down. A blanket, a couple of tarps. Here, right here in the corner is my first aid kit. And back there is my fire extinguisher I can grab real fast. I have a box up front here. I don't know if this is going to turn out, but I have some other stuff there. But anyway, that's kind of basically in real short review of what I got. Maybe I can bring out the containers sometime and show you more specifically. Back behind the chainsaw there is a tarp, one of the silver ones that you can, survival type one. And up in the top up here I have underneath that backpack is a 10 by 10 Bushcraft USA tarp. And water and just odds and ends of things. This is what I have in the Jeep at all times, so that if I needed it, I'd have it. Like today, I just went out on a short hike. But anyway, I got back from the hike successfully and enjoyed it. So thought I'd show you this here just real quickly. It's just a little TJ Jeep. But it goes like crazy, and it's good in the snow and everything else, and a good one to get out in the woods.